Morning, everybody. I just wanted to do a little quick garden tour of our raised herb beds, and we have some vegetables in here, but mostly medicinal herbs. But right here is some of my calendula patch. I picked most of them yesterday, so they're not in full flower yet, but they should be flowering again tomorrow. It seems like if you pick these little flower heads, they will flower again. It seems like every other day. So they are such a gift. We've been eating them in our salads. I've been tincturing them and making them into infused oils. So they are just, I love calendula. Then over here here's my alkanet. And then here is my motherwort. She is in flower. I already harvested some of her already to make a tincture. Great for female health and cardiovascular health when people are suffering with heart palpitations. Beautiful, beautiful flowers, and I love motherwort. Over here is my wormwood, and looking huge. I think she's about ready to flower. This is Artemisia absinthium. This is the plant that they used in the alcoholic drink absinthe. I'm using it to put into a parasitic formula because it's wormwood, which is an anti-parasitic. And over here I have my strawberry geranium, which you eat the leaves. The leaves smell like like a strawberry geranium. It's beautiful. She has a little flower there, but actually you use the leaves for cooking. You can bake with it, infuse it into drinks. It provides a lovely flavor. And here is one of my large rose geranium. This is one of my favorites. Again, if you pick a leaf and you smell it and rub it against your fingers, it smells amazing. It smells like roses. So I made a hydrosol out of this. I am drying some of it to put in some of my dream pillows, and you can just use this wonderful plant for so many things. I also have been making some of my champagnes with it for flavoring. So love this. Here is my grand mullein. Look how tall. I think this mullein is probably about close to 7 feet tall by now. I planted this mullein in May, and it was probably 6 inches tall, and it is mid-July, and can you believe how beautiful and royal this mullein is? I just love it. Here's our little calf friend, Misty. Hi, Misty. Love her. So I've been harvesting her flowers. I come out almost every morning and pick her flowers to put in an infused oil, which is wonderful for the ears, for ear pain, for ear infections, just for soothing. It also helps for earwax buildup too. And the leaves, of course, are known for the lung, which helps with lung support, respiratory health. Usually you harvest the leaves before it flowers, though, because when it's flowering, all the energy is going towards the flowers. So harvest the leaf before it flowers, but so right now it is flowering, and I'm enjoying picking the flowers from mullein. And let me just show you here what one of these beautiful little flowers looks like. They're so pretty. You just, like I said, infuse these in oil, crush them a little bit, and put them in oil, and after 4 to 6 weeks you have a beautiful ear oil. You can always also put these in your respiratory formulas because they have a very soothing effect on the respiratory system. So any kind of irritating cough, you can put them in your infused tinctures for respiratory health too, which I've been doing. I actually am tincturing a mullein and chamomile formula right now for respiratory health, for soothing and relaxing spasms. So many uses for mullein. Of course, I have my normal parsley, which is awesome, cilantro, which is flowering now, my nasturtiums, which I absolutely love. These are also wonderful for respiratory health. and they're just so beautiful. I've been using these flowers for our salads and the leaves, making them into pestos and all kinds of things. So this is just, I love nasturtiums. Here's my beautiful German chamomile. I had to stake her this morning after the rain yesterday, which was amazing. The rain was so wonderful here in Pennsylvania. We had such a dry spell, so we had a beautiful rain yesterday, which I'm so thankful for. But she was kind of falling over, and I need to harvest her flowers this morning again, which is such a gift. You know, when you pick these little buds off every day, you are blessed with new flowers the day or two after. But German chamomile is wonderful as a soother for respiratory, for the stomach, for the nerves, a wonderful nervine. Just has so many wonderful properties. And then right beside it, I have my lemon balm. I planted them beside each other for a reason. Lemon balm is another wonderful nervine, helps the nervous system to relax, great for digestion. Lemon balm is also a very wonderful antiviral. So you just have to be careful if you have thyroid issues. It's better for people that have more of a hyperthyroid condition than hypo. But other than that, it's a wonderful herb for making into teas, and just very soothing, and like I said, antiviral. Back here I have my yarrow. I have yarrow several places in my garden, but this is one of my patches. Love, love, love yarrow. Gotta have this. This is wonderful for bleeding. It was used for centuries for bleeding issues, you know, heavy periods or wounds. It was used for soldiers that had wounds that were bleeding. Interestingly, I love some of these stories. You know, you can actually take the leaf and use this as a if you have somebody that's having a really bad bleed or a cut, you can actually take this and put it on a wound, and actually will it's like stitches. It will actually help to stop the bleeding of a wound, and it will actually help to mend the skin back together, which is amazing. This plant is a miracle. So it has so many uses. It's a styptic, which means it stops bleeding. So I've been drying the leaves and the flowers to use as a styptic powder if anybody has bleeding issues. Tincturing it, and I'm also making an infused oil out of it. Drying it just for teas, all kinds of things. So I love, love, love this plant. The leaves and the flowers are used, so I've been harvesting her. That's why some of her flowers are missing, but she's just such a gift. Over here is my sage, and here's some rosemary, another amazing medicinal herbs for digestion and respiratory health. And over here I have my sheep sorrel. I planted sheep sorrel this year, 3 patches from seed. Sheep sorrel is one of the herbs used in the Essiac formula. Essiac is a formula, you've heard of the nurse Renee Casey. The story is that, you know, this herb, well, the Essiac formula was basically given to her by a patient of hers that had breast cancer that had actually gotten a similar formula from an Indian medicine man. So sheep sorrel is one of the herbs in the Essiac formula. It's typically used for cancer and all kinds of chronic degenerative diseases. But really, a lot of people use the leaf, but if you read some of the texts and the old books from Renee Casey's formula, the root is the actual real medicine. So I am harvesting. I'm actually going to let this grow and not harvest until next year for the second year root for amazing, amazing medicine. So right now we're eating the leaves for salads, and the leaf also has amazing, amazing properties as well. So you can dry the leaf as well, use it for teas, immune system health. But like I said, the real medicine for this one, I believe, is in the root. Just from reading her, the background of this amazing herb and some of the history of it. Here is valerian. Most of her flowers are gone, but here is valerian. Is a wonderful, wonderful herb used for relaxation and calming, helps you to sleep. The root is typically used for that. Here is my beautiful St. John's wort, which love this beautiful flower. I've been harvesting her flowers to make a tincture, to infused oil, and the beautiful, well, there's many wonderful things about this wonderful herb, but I love that the yellow flowers and the leaves actually turn the oil and the vodka or whatever menstruum you're using for a tincture, turns it red because it's so rich in hypericin. So if I take one of these little flowers, and I'll show you right here, if I can get a nice red color. They're wet from the dew from this morning, from yesterday's rain, but it has a beautiful, I think they're a little too wet, but there's a little bit of red here on my finger if you can see that. But it turns the oil or the menstruum that you're using a beautiful red after a couple weeks. St. John's wort is fantastic for pain, any kind of pain, especially nerve pain. People that have shooting nerve pain from either shingles, herpes, if you have an injury where you jammed your finger or your toe in, or something, that you have shooting nerve pain going up, that's another wonderful use for St. John's wort. Wonderful for burns. I have to tell you a quick little story. My arm here, I was ironing last week and I burned my arm with the iron. And I was using all kinds of, there's somebody mowing here, so hopefully you can hear me, but I was using some of my other, like calendula salve, and which is wonderful, and which normally works for burns too. But when I started applying the St. John's wort oil to that burn, I'll tell you what, it healed so quick, like overnight. The skin started to heal, and I noticed a huge difference, even with the discomfort and the tenderness of the burn. So wonderful for burns, wonderful for any kind of pain. If you think pain, think of St. John's wort. It's extremely antiviral as well. Just a fantastic herb to have growing. And it usually blooms around summer solstice. When you pick the flowers, usually you will get more flower buds, but you usually use the flowers and the leaves from 6 inches up. That's what I've been doing, and putting in my menstruum or the olive oil. So yes, wonderful herb to have in your garden. Here's my stevia, which I've been using for all kinds of things, for teas, to sweeten foods. I dry it, I eat it. Stevia actually has been shown to have wonderful benefits for people with Lyme disease, which is amazing. So there's been lots of documentation for helping with Lyme. So wonderful herb to be growing in your garden, not just for a sweetener, but also for, Lyme disease, or many other issues that you have that you need a specific antimicrobial. Here's the lemon verbena, which smells amazing. I love lemon verbena. You rub the leaf, you get this amazing lemony scent, even much stronger and sweeter almost than the lemon balm. It has wonderful antimicrobial benefits, and just a lovely herb. Back here I have meadowsweet growing. Here's one that is flowering. Actually, her flowers are almost gone, but I love meadowsweet. Meadowsweet has similar benefits as aspirin. It has the salicylic acid in it, so it's great for pain. It's great for gastrointestinal health. It has so many wonderful benefits. I love meadowsweet. It's actually known as Queen of the Meadow. Usually grows in meadowy wetlands. I have it growing in my garden here, but it's doing beautiful. One of my favorites, love meadowsweet. I love the name Queen of the Meadow. So beautiful. Here's goldenrod. Love goldenrod, and boy, is this growing like crazy. Goldenrod's great for respiratory health. This will flower probably in a couple weeks, and it is very great. It's a great herb for using for respiratory health. Here is Thai basil. Here are my other two regular sweet basils. There is a purple basil. Back there's a rosemary again. Here is my lovage. Love that plant too. It tastes like celery and has many medicinal benefits. Back there is my horehound. Horehound is another fantastic respiratory herb. You find it a lot in cough drops and in cough syrups. Great for breaking up a congested cough. I planted a lot of herbs for respiratory health because of what's going on with COVID. But there's just so many benefits to many of these herbs, not just for respiratory health, but for many others. Here's another beautiful yarrow. Back there is an English lavender. And look at this plant. This is boneset. I can't believe how big this boneset is getting. It is huge. Boneset is wonderful for fevers. Great for when you have that pain or achiness in your bones when you have a fever, that kind of fever that you can't move out of the bed. Great for that kind of fever. Wonderful as well for respiratory health. They used this in World War II a lot. For breaking up fevers, for all kinds of issues. And she's getting ready to flower, which I cannot wait to see her flowers. But she's also great for setting bones. Has many uses. That's why it's called, another reason why it's called boneset, for setting the bones if you have a break in your bones. Here is the beautiful marshmallow. She is just glorious. I cannot believe again how big this beautiful marshmallow has gotten. You can mainly use marshmallow for the root, but you can use the leaves and the flowers as well. The leaves are very soft. You can use the leaves for tea. I've been putting it fresh in my tea during the summer months, and you can dry them. But the leaves also have amazing benefits for gastrointestinal health, for providing that mucilage. And just that soothing if you have an irritation in any of the mucous membranes. I will not be harvesting the root. This is my first year growing marshmallow, so I'll wait till probably next year to harvest one of the roots. But I have been harvesting her leaves and her flowers. The flowers are so pretty. They're edible to put in your salads or wherever you want to put them. Here is my feverfew. Feverfew is wonderful for headaches, migraines, any kind of headache kind of issue. It has many other benefits too, but it's kind of what it's known for. She's also getting ready to flower here soon. And I think one other one I want to show you over here. I have others growing, but this is Ella Campaign. Ella Campaign, she is, look at those leaves. Those leaves are, this plant is going to get huge. It's already getting huge. She can get up to 6 or 7 feet, maybe even taller, but she'll eventually have this beautiful yellow flower coming out from the stalk in the middle. Ella Campaign root is known a wonderful respiratory herb. And it's also you can put it in digestive bitter formulas, great for digestion. Ella Campaign is a fantastic herb all around for many uses. Around her are all the violet leaves that I am harvesting. You can harvest violet leaves even when they're not flowering, for lymphatic health, breast health, for soothing, cooling properties. This is an area around Ella Campaign that we do not mow because there are all these beautiful large violet leaves that I've been harvesting. You can put these in your salads too. These are so wonderful to put in your salads. Just eating them helps with lymphatic health. So put them in your salads, make tea out of them, put them in tincture. You can make a beautiful violet oil with them. Lots of wonderful properties for violet. And back here have these lovely corn flowers that are growing, which I feel so blessed to have. And has like a dark purple center. That's one way you can distinguish this plant, this herb. She's going to be in full flower here soon, but Queen Anne's lace has so many benefits. It's another name is called wild carrot. You can eat the root and the flowers, but she, interestingly enough, she has been used over, probably centuries, and still today, her seeds for birth control. So there's a specific way to use Queen Anne's lace seeds for birth control, and many other purposes too. She's so beautiful. But anyway, just another wonderful herb to have. And I have several other beds around the house. My echinacea is in another bed. I'll have to do one on her eventually, but for now, I think we'll sign off. I didn't realize that my video was 21 minutes here already, but hope you enjoyed this tour, and